Welcome, my darling pretties, to our Beyond the Dawn of Business podcast for pretty, empowered female entrepreneurs. It's time to step into your power, pretties. Lift each other, support the squad, and choose a life filled with the autonomy and freedom to live your dreams. I'm your host, Dawn Beth, owner and founder of Beyond the Dawn digital business brand and agency. My coffee is hot and my eyelashes are on, so we are ready to go. Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to talk about the summertime, your business, and the guilt that comes with taking time off. We've all felt it, haven't we? Sometimes it isn't always just the summer either. Sometimes as business owners, we will give ourselves proper guilt about rest, about stepping away, about taking a break, especially those of us that have children or grandchildren or nephews and nieces, and we're wanting to have that special time with them. And yet we're busy, we're business owners, and there's 6 billion, 100 billion things to do. It's too much to do. And therefore we get properly swept up, we get involved, we get ourselves het up and stressed, we give ourselves unattainable to-do lists, we have lots and lots and lots that need to be achieved, and then we feel like we can't take any time. And unless we have all the things ticked off, of which, by the way, I've never met an entrepreneur that's ever ticked off every single thing on their list, we walk away from it feeling guilty, feeling worried, not allowing ourselves the actual mental break and space that we deserve, because in the back of our minds, there is no self-compassion for the fact that we have worked really hard and that the result is not always the basis from which your productivity lies. You can be worthy even when you're not productive. You can be productive even when you don't think you're being productive. That's the first place to start. But it's not about doing all of the things all of the time. At some point, something's got to give, and there needs to be some relaxation, some proper rest, and the opportunity for you to step away. Now, during the summer is obviously a trigger point for so many. If you do have children in your life, then the kids are off school and they're under your feet, and there's an enormous amount of pressure to keep them entertained, but not just entertained in a way that you feed them and keep them alive. You should be doing things like climbing mountains and traveling the world and creating your own rainbow putty at home, organic, of course. You should also be baking cakes and painting and throwing yourselves off on bungee jumps and things, and maybe climbing up trees at Go Ape or cycling some of the world's most beautiful forests. All of these things are things that you can pick from in order to be considered an excellent parent, grandparent, or uncle and aunt, or whatever, if you have children in your life over the summer. But the world doesn't really truly work that way. When we're honest, we all have things to do. Entrepreneurs have businesses to maintain. We are juggling lots of things. We are spinning lots of plates. And we don't want any of those plates to stop spinning and fall and crash to the ground. So there has to be something that gives. I always think that my best summers as a child were those where I had really good concentrated time either with people in my family or my friends. And I don't remember how many days of the summer holidays we actually did significant things. I would love to hazard a guess that it was probably less than 2 weeks worth of the whole 6 weeks, because my parents worked really, really hard. They weren't entrepreneurs, but they had 2 or 3 jobs between them. And it was definitely something that needed to be considered in terms of childcare for me when I was off school. I know my kids would prefer for me to have an entire day off from start to finish than to do a little bit of work here and have a little bit of an afternoon together. Sometimes it requires a little bit more scheduling, and you need to recognize that if you are scheduling yourself a proper break and you are stepping away from the business, that is okay. Okay. Equally, if you're leaning into the business and you're using the summer as an opportunity to get ahead, then good on you. There should be no judgment in what you choose to do over this period of time. And if you're a lifestyle brand and it's actually much easier for you to be working on the go, but whilst also having quality time with your people, then that's cool also. You just have to figure out what works for you. And most importantly, not feel guilty, not burden yourself with the pressure of guilt and shame that doesn't really exist anywhere outside of your own mind about what constitutes a good summer, a bad summer, a good holiday, a bad holiday, or any of the work that you're doing during this time. I hear so many people worried about their businesses going off the boil in August. I hear so many of my clients panicking about wanting to launch immediately in September as soon as people come back online and do the normal routine stuff. There used to be a bit of a suggestion that August was a bad time to launch. It's really not. It's as good as any other time. And no two launches are made equal. It's not about the time of year. Of course, there are many consumer parts of the year that you can tap into and use towards your sales. But that doesn't mean that you can't make a launch successful in August. You absolutely could if you wanted to, and you absolutely should if you want to. And I think one of the main things about it is that if you are doing things right for yourself, not a set ABC kind of cookie cutter approach, I don't mean that, but if you're doing things right for yourself and you're actually building your business around your needs and around your lifestyle wants, and you're finding the opportunity to make it fit in a way that really does suit you, then potentially having a month off, if you wanted to do that, shouldn't be the be all and end all in breaking your business anyway. Had an amazing session this morning with an incredibly intuitive lady who gave me a reading, and she explained to me within the first kind of minute, 2 minutes, that I need to take a break. And as the words came out of her mouth, I remember feeling just like an all over body smile, because I know that I need to take a break. My body has been giving me signs of me needing a break for a little while now. I literally had a very, very tough time even getting this podcast to record earlier. And it's because I was pressing the wrong buttons. I was doing the wrong things. I'm a bit of a tech wizard, but even tech wizards get tired. And there's been an awful lot of stuff going on for me, and it's been wonderful and I love it. But my goodness, do I need a 12-hour nap on a sun lounger? Yes, I do. And you probably do too. And it might not be a sun lounger, it might be a Sunday afternoon, half an hour. It might be 15 minutes in the countryside or at the beach or in nature or having a bubble bath or seeing a friend or having a really lovely cup of tea. May I suggest English breakfast tea? It's the best. But whatever it is, please, pretty, don't feel guilty about it. If you can give yourself more of life's joys and pleasures in the next 4 to 6 weeks, do. Build them up. Think about the micro pleasures that I talk about all of the time. Build them up. Give yourself the space. I promise you, I'm taking my own advice. I'm flying out to Greece soon and I'm going to have an amazing break. And not everybody's going to be able to go on holiday. You're going to have commitments that keep you at home. You're going to have pets and family and events and potentially even business. But you will be able to find a holiday in some way, anywhere you are, if you just allow yourself the freedom and non judgment to do so. So, whether you're working this summer or whether you're actually going to give yourself the opportunity to rest, then I applaud you. And I'm sending you big, big love. And remember, just because you're not in front of a laptop or in front of a client or writing down frantic notes on a webinar, that does not mean that you're not productive. All the time, we have this great opportunity to take a step back to spring forward. Some of my best ideas have been when I've been on a break. Okay, give yourself the opportunity to really percolate and let things settle, because not everything has to be achieved today and not everything needs to be done for tomorrow. Have an amazing week, pretties. I'll see you next time.
If you're loving our Pretty podcast, come on over to Social Pretties, our online safe house and sisterhood community. It's a safe space where female entrepreneurs connect and thrive in a warm, welcoming fold of pretty amazing women. You'll find an easy redirect in the description, and I can't wait to see you in there. And depending on where you're listening right now, we would love it if you would click subscribe or follow so that you can be the first to know when our new podcasts come out.